Hey guys, welcome to the Q&A video where you give some Q's and me, I give some A's. Do you like the One Life, How Many Lives Will It Take series? Are you working on more of those types of videos or are you thinking of branching out? Both. The first try and Until I Beat It have been a lot of fun and you guys seem to really like them too. Plus, from a business perspective, they're doing really well, so they're not going anywhere. But I want to keep the achievement dream alive too. I've just been kind of riding the roguelike wave for the past few months. I remember my first ever video, the Bloons TD6 one. It got super popular in like a week, and my immediate thought after the, oh wow, this is really happening, was I do not want to be a Bloons channel. No disrespect intended, H-Bomb. And now, all this time later, I'm the roguelike guy, which I also sort of don't like, but I'd much rather be the roguelike guy because at least then I can play several games. So it has been a lot more fun of an alternative. But more than both of those, I'd want to be the anything guy, which is pretty idealistic for a YouTube channel. Everyone's always talking about niching down, but I'm still gonna work towards it. So yes, I'll be branching out more. What's your favorite color? Purple. How long did the entire Celeste series take to make? Filming, editing, uploading, etc. Well, let's see. This one took 35 hours to record. This one, 15 hours. This one was also 15 hours. And this took 3.5 hours. Scripting and editing is a lot harder to answer. I don't usually keep track of how long that takes, and I definitely didn't back then. I have a somewhat better sense of it now. Maybe like 2 to 4 days for the first one. Farewell was like, every now and then I end up wanting to do a video that I consider to be a big one, and this was one of them. So that script, I did the whole thing, and then I went over each of the segments like 3 or 4 times each just to get it super polished. So that was probably like a week of scripting, and then I did the same for editing, so a week or 2 there. It was a lot. So a very rough estimate, putting everything together, 80 to 100 hours. Yeah, I think that's fair. Do you like cheese? What's your favorite kind? Let's see. When I'm making burgers at home, I use American. When I'm trying a new burger place, I usually get the mushroom Swiss, but that's more for my ceaseless quest to get a burger that reminds me of the McDonald's Angus mushroom Swiss that was canceled years ago. I guess it'd have to be pepper jack, since it's the only cheese I actually have an opinion on, because I kinda like cheese, but I also don't really get the hype around it. Is content creation stressful for you, or do you like what you do and aren't worried about what people think? It's definitely stressful at times. When I started, I just wanted to make the videos I wanted to make. That's why I'm doing the channel. That's why I'm going to continue doing the channel. But if I'm gonna do this for a long time, I need it to be my full-time job. So I'm worried what people will think, in the sense that I need enough people to care about my videos so I can get and maintain a full-time situation here. So once we hit that threshold, which we're actually steadily getting closer to, thanks for that by the way, where even if I have a slow month, I'm good financially, then I won't have to worry about views and just kind of do what I want. That's the dream there. But for right now, there is that interplay between doing what I want and doing what's going to be a successful video, which sort of sucks, but hey, you gotta eat. A lot of the stress comes from self-imposed deadlines, or more recently, actual deadlines from sponsors. But I remember back during the first 2 Celeste videos, the RE4 remake, the first Dead Space 2 video, I just felt like I was taking forever to get the recording done, and it kind of killed my enthusiasm for playing at the time. Dead Space especially. That thing took 40 days to make, start to finish. So yeah, that one especially was kind of eating me up inside. What's your plan for the future of the channel? I sort of answered this one earlier, but I can go a little more in depth. For right now, there's 3 main genres of content I'm going to be doing, or videos. I hate calling it content. One is roguelike videos. So the first tries, the Until I Beat It, and all of the challenge runs that'll come along in the future. And probably for the most part, the last video of each game will be me recounting the whole 100% journey. And bouncing off that, type number 2 is achievement videos. You already know the idea here if you've been around for a while. Getting every achievement in a game, or just one achievement if it's hard or interesting enough. This channel started with achievements because it's what I actually like to do. It's been my hobby since I got the 360 17 years ago, and I've kind of been pushing that aside for the health of the channel, but I don't want to do that anymore. And then number 3 is just R&D. Trying shit out, seeing what sticks, kind of like this Q&A. Recently, I had a conversation with Wendet about the Enter the Gungeon video, the first one, and I told him, and this is how I felt, that the ad segment in that video was the best part of the video. And to be fair, I think I crushed the ad. I thought it was really funny, I had a great time with it, and I just thought, hey, maybe I'm made for marketing. I don't know. That was my takeaway from it. But his takeaway was, if the ad was the best part, you're probably creatively starved right now. So I've been taking that to heart. I've got a couple video ideas that are way out there compared to what I've been doing, and I'm really looking forward to just trying some shit out. How is your video quality so good for such a small channel? Explain the process. Thank you, first of all. To give kind of a low resolution answer, you really have to focus on audio. Something I heard a long time ago when you're starting out and you don't know shit about how to make a video. People will forgive bad lighting, bad camera angles, bad video quality, whatever, but they will not forgive bad audio. So that's kind of that first essential pillar to making a good video. Obviously, I mess up sometimes, but I like to think I'm pretty good with it overall. The more I think about it, this needs a more detailed answer than what I can give for this video, so I think I'm just gonna leave it there for now. But if anyone watching this wants like a how to do YouTube video from me, let me know. I've thought about doing one before, but I didn't really think I was big enough yet for anyone to care. But hey, if you disagree and you think I'm hot shit, let me know. Could be fun to do like a proper tutorial. What's the hardest roguelike you've played? That's a great question. I think it would probably have to be Dead Cells. The builds in Gungeon, Hades, and Isaac can get so crazy that it gets out of hand, but Dead Cells feels like even if the build is great, it's still easy to choke. And I can't even speak to Risk of Rain since I haven't beaten it yet. How many runs total in Enter the Gungeon? It was at the end of the most recent video, I think. Only for a couple seconds though. 21 runs to beat it. Will I ever play Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion? Yeah, probably. It seems fun. Also, I want to mention, for everyone who asks in the comments if I'm going to play or continue to play a certain game, the answer 98% of the time is yes, eventually. I gotta go with what I'm interested in to keep it fun for me, and there's just too many games for me to deliver on all of those requests. So I do see those comments. I'm not ignoring you. I just can't do them all. Will you return to Celeste? Yes, I will. I know it's been a little while. Jesus, it's been 6 months. But I still want to get A and B Goldens and maybe cap it off with Farewell Gold. Obviously, that's quite the task, but I think that would be like the final Celeste video. And I don't know if I'll do mods or not. Can you solve using the quadratic formula? X squared minus 2x minus 24 equals 0. It's 6, right? X squared's 36 minus 2x is 12, so 36 minus 12 is 24. 24 minus 24 is 0. Yeah, x equals 6. I don't really remember what the quadratic formula is, so maybe I'm oversimplifying, but I think that's it. How do you decide what games to try? Just vibes. I have a list of 25 to 30 roguelikes to first try, and I do hear about some from your comments, and I'll just pick whichever one sounds fun. I've been looking at Balatro recently, and for achievements, I just pick it based on how long of a completion time I'm willing to commit to right now. Why don't my kids answer my calls? Why weren't you there for them? Which game on your channel has been the most fun? Probably RE7. Every time I did a DLC video, I thought, that is so much fun, I need to do another DLC video. So either that or maybe Superliminal. It's such a one-of-a-kind game. If you haven't tried it yet, you should definitely give it a try. What's your favorite game you've played so far? I'm going to interpret that as ever, not just the channel, since I already answered that. I have two favorite series, Jak and Daxter and Resident Evil. For Jak, it's a toss-up between 1 and 3, but I think I would give it to 3. It's a lot longer, but it maintains the quality throughout. For Resident Evil, I don't know. Right now I'm thinking 7, 8, 2 remake, or 4 remake. I think it's gotta be 4 remake. I actually think the remake is better than the original. It really maintained the vibe. I probably prefer the voice acting of the original, but as far as gameplay, it at least meets expectations, but probably exceeds them for most people. So yeah, either Jak 3 or RE4 remake. No idea how to compare those two. If you could be any kitchen utensil, what would you be? Not really a utensil, but I think I'd be a microwave. Just kinda. Are there any games that you started playing but haven't finished or can't beat? I haven't finished Kill Knight yet. It's not a difficulty thing for now. I've actually gotten a lot better. I just got caught up with videos, but I think it's gonna be really rough getting those K ranks. Also completing all of the challenges on every level. I looked on True Achievements and only 2 people have done that so far. So that one's gonna be fun. Oh, Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. Bet you didn't expect that one. There's an achievement for getting every title in the game, and I'm only missing 2. having 3 enemies attack you at once, and getting a high promotion from another kingdom. Those 2 titles alone have taken like 20 hours, and I still don't have them because you are completely at the mercy of AI for both of them. It's total bullshit. Other than that, I'm doing the legendary dwellers grind for Fallout Shelter, so that's always going to be annoying. Will you finish all Dead Cells difficulties? Yes. On the channel, I've done 0 and 1 BC, and I've already beaten 2 BC with a special little challenge. All you Perry fans out there, you might enjoy that video. And then after that, we will eventually get to 3, 4, and 5 as well. Do you ever plan to branch out into PC games? I like achievements, specifically Xbox gamer score, so that's always going to be my priority. But if the game is PC only or has mods that I'm interested in, then yeah, I'll try it. Pineapple on pizza. The quintessential Q&A question. I don't like it. The pineapple has too much juice. I don't like the sweet with the sauce. It just doesn't work for me. Pineapple and ham is a fine combo, but putting it on pizza just doesn't really work. And now it's time for the bonus round. These are questions that came in after I did the initial recording, so I'm gonna quickly answer them. Why do gamers try to complete really hard or even bad games? Is it worth it in the end? It just depends on what your goals are. Sure, it's worth it. Favorite weapon in Dead Cells so far? I don't know, the laser glaive is pretty cool. Pancakes or waffles? Waffles. Pancakes. Are you interested in any VR roguelike games? If so, you should try out Ancient Dungeon. I've never heard of that game, but at some point when I have enough room, I do want a VR set. Would you rather have unlimited games but no bacon, or unlimited games but no games? Regrettably, you have fucked up the question. May God have mercy on your wretched soul. Could you try out a game called Skull? Eventually. What game are you looking forward to beating? I don't know if there are any that I'm looking forward to. I'm kind of in the moment with that stuff. It's not really answering your question, but it keeps popping in my head. There is a video I'm looking forward to doing. It's not one game, it's several, and it's gonna be very expensive to produce. I'm gonna need to get cameras, a bunch of games. I'll probably have to like rent a place out for a while. Very rough estimates, like $10,000, but when it does finally come out, I think it's gonna be like a defining Mint Muffled video. So I'm really looking forward to whenever I can get that started. Were there videos that you hoped would do well but didn't, and vice versa? Yes. Superliminal. Great game, great video. It did get a good bump after the roguelike stuff started, but it was really slow going for a while. Can killing zombies help you type faster? I was very happy with that one. I felt like it was such a unique experience, not like anything I'd done before, and it didn't really get a lot of love. Cuphead, which was the 3rd big video I did, I spent so much time on this one. This thumbnail had like 16 iterations. I really wanted it to take off, and it did eventually get the roguelike treatment as well, but it just wasn't in the cards to get to what I had hoped for it. Now, one video I wish did worse, this one. I fucking hate this video. As far as videos that did better than expected, Dead Cells having almost 500,000 views is crazy. Vampire Survivors getting a huge bump after roguelikes was awesome. Very unexpected. Oh yeah, this one. Why do people keep watching this video? I'm just rambling for like half an hour. I never understood this. Is your mint really muffled? Getting a little personal, aren't we? Pickle video win. I know a lot of people have been asking for the pickle video. It's been a long time coming. It is still in the works. All you dill fans out there have something great in store, so look forward to that one. What does your name mean? Where does it come from? I'm glad someone asked this. This is a very personal, involved story of how we got to Mint Muffled. So I went to a random username generator and I clicked give me random username and it pulled out minced muffled, like how you mince garlic. But I thought people wouldn't enunciate minced, so I switched to mint muffled. And I am Mint Muffled. So yeah, that's where that comes from. I'm very much like Childish Gambino in that sense. People compare us a lot. What type of video is the most fun for you to make? For making the video, it's probably the first tries. It's a very streamlined process since it's not a lot of footage, and that's pretty satisfying. It's just easier to get everything together and create what's in my mind. As far as purely recording though, probably the 100%, just because that's what I like to do. If you suddenly get super popular, how will that affect how you interact with us? Well, by then I will be better than you, so I'll have to think about that. No. Logistically, I'm just not going to be able to read all of your comments anymore, which I do, by the way, even if I don't reply or heart it. I read all of them. So I think the answer would be to do more Q&As, maybe like 2 to 4 times a year just to keep up. Who are you voting for? What do you think makes a good video game? Gameplay? I know that sounds dumb, but it seems like some games get a little too preoccupied with story, like The Last of Us, for instance. It's a great game, 9 or 10 out of 10 for most people, but when I saw the show, all I thought was, yeah, this should have just been a show. Without the admittedly very impactful story, the actual gameplay it's fine. It's like a 7, maybe. Standard survival shooter experience. I'm not saying a game can't take its story seriously, but you need to take advantage of the fact that it's a game. Like God of War. Fundamentally pretty similar to The Last of Us narratively, but much more of a game in between. I might have to think about exactly why I don't like Last of Us gameplay as much. And stuff like Until Dawn and Detroit get a pass because your decisions affect the outcome, taking advantage of the medium. Just don't make me travel through an empty open world. Don't give me 30-minute cutscenes. Make me play good game. Just immediacy. What's your favorite song artist? There's this Norwegian guy, Sondre Lerche. He's really good. Jason Mraz is great. Kishibashi is really great. Oh, recently I've been fucking with oldies. So Andrew Sisters, Bob Crosby, Dean Martin, Sinatra, of course, Nat King Cole. I don't know. I like a lot of stuff. Hard to pick a favorite. Have I gotten any awards for having beaten so many roguelikes on my first try? I killed a family of 5 on I-40. And the judge let me off because he was a fan. If I was a potato, which one would I be? Russet, because I can't name another type. Was it hard to start getting famous? I don't consider myself famous. To be fair, I don't know if I'll ever consider myself famous, but I think 25, 30,000 subs, that doesn't really strike me as famous. And I don't ever want to be. And it has nothing to do with like a dislike of people, but I don't know, that's just a lot of attention, man. Like getting stopped on the street when you're just feeling like a piece of shit, but you just gotta go grocery shopping. Like, I don't ever want to do a face reveal, but there are certain types of videos that I want to do one day where I will need to show my face. So I think at some point I'll need to break the seal there, but that's a future me problem. How dare you? Well, let me answer your question with a question. What are you gonna do about it? Do you have a beard? You sound like you do. Yes, I do. I've had one for a long time now, except for one time my hand jerked while shaving and I took a chunk out of it, so I just shaved the whole thing. But other than that, I've had a beard for like 8 years, I think. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Well, let's not get political. What's the most fun and least fun part of making a video? Most fun, I mean playing the game, obviously. There's a bunch of colors on the screen, but they also move too. And then at the end of the edit, when you just see it all come together and you know, there it is. This thing that you just whipped up from nothing and it exists now and people are gonna see it and react to it. And it's, you know, that's kind of scary, but you know, it's yours. There's really nothing else like that. But that's more from the perspective of stages in the editing process. If we're gonna be more general, it's when I'm playing the game and I'm realizing that it's working. Like the idea I had for the game is just going really well. It's gonna be a great story for the video. Just having that feeling in the back of your head. And then when it goes up, having all the numbers start shooting up, people commenting, I love your videos, you do great stuff. Oh man, that was so crazy, that thing that happened there. Also, just irreplaceable. The least favorite is probably the script. I overthink it almost every time, and it takes way longer than it needs to. I feel like I'm moving at a snail's pace, and it is torture. That and the first rough edit where I put the clips with each line from the voiceover. That can be pretty monotonous. Have you considered quitting YouTube in the past few months? Nope. There have been times when I hate YouTube, but I just need to step away for a couple days to reset when that happens. It usually comes from deadlines, whether self-imposed or very real deadlines from sponsors, but I'm gonna be doing this for a long time. What is your favorite video that you have made so far and why? I like this question because I actually watch my own videos sometimes, so that's how I'm gonna answer it. Once it's been up for a while, I'll watch it like as a viewer. So from that perspective, it's gotta be the Need for Speed video. It's the one I come back to the most, and I love it. What's a game you really want to do a video on but never think you'll be able to? I don't really think there's a game I want to do but can't. If I want to do it, I would just do it, right? But I will say there are some 4-player co-op achievements that I'd like to do, like the Black Ops 2 transit Easter egg, and I foresee those being difficult to put together. There's one I'm hoping to get started soon, but the others I'm planning it with are working on another game for the time being, so we shall see. What made you start YouTube? Well, my introduction to YouTube was this guy called Vash12349. He actually still does videos, but I watched his RE4 series 16 years ago. From there, I eventually stumbled onto Achievement Hunter, and there was one in particular that I really latched onto, Ray. Out of all of them, he was the one who really took the achievement hunting part seriously, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I got into that, and when you hunt achievements for a while, you'll end up watching a lot of achievement guides. And one day, after watching enough lackluster guides, I decided I could probably make them better, and thus the Elk Enigma was born.
Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a little achievement guide for When Pigs Fly in Minecraft. But I did everything that I just showed you in his world and it didn't work. And I'm going to put in some filler because the video just ended. And now I'm watching a bear. You know what? You're going to watch the bear too. Anyways, yeah.
That channel went on for about 10 years, never passing 1,000 subs until after Muffled happened. And while I did enjoy it for a while, eventually it was not enough creatively. And in comes Muffled. 2 years later, here we are. If you could pick anyone to do a collab with, who would it be? It's gotta be Ray. I've been watching him since like 2012. It's because of him that I got into achievement hunting in the first place, and it's because of achievement hunting that I started a YouTube channel. So I'd really like to do some co-op achievement with him sometime, and hopefully I can do it one day. What objectively bad game do you love? Dynasty Warriors. I've got a few hundred hours in the series, but if I recommended it to people, like 95% would just go, it's alright. Which was the hardest video to make? Probably Dead Space 2. 40 days is still easily the longest editing process. Do I have a pet? What is their name? I used to have a cat. Her name was Allie. She died at 18 from kidney failure, which I personally actually see as a positive. Usually old animals have a bunch of, aches and pains, but Allie was pretty spry right up until the end. And since it was kidney failure, she had like a sharp decline over about a week, so her time in pain was pretty short, all things considered. A few months passed, Hurricane Helene rolled through, and because of some complications from that, we ended up with 2 cats, Oscar and Opal. What was a game you hated playing, but still made a video of? Fucking stupid game. The game itself was pretty fun. There haven't been any games I didn't like, but the whole video making process was just the worst experience on the channel. Stream when? Who can say? I pretty much just stream when there's a longer video that needs recording, and I'm fine with doing that with an audience, so it's pretty few and far between. I recognize that I should stream more, but I don't know. One game you absolutely love but don't plan to ever make a video on? Dynasty Warriors 8 or maybe Outlast. Both are for the same reason. They just wouldn't make for a good video. They're not too visually interesting. Saying I absolutely love them is a stretch, but they are pretty good. And there it is. You have queued and I have aid. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some insightful insight into my life. Nailed it. Let me know if you want me to do this again in the future. It was pretty fun. Bye.